How are y'all, and welcome back to another episode of KCG Plays. My name is Kevin, and today we're just going to do a few floor 9 runs of Luck Be a Landlord. We had a challenge video yesterday sent in by Stephanie. Thanks again for that. That was quite good. More challenging than I'd expected. I won't tell you the result in case you still haven't seen it and you want to go back and watch it. I'd recommend it. An interesting run and yeah, an excellent challenge to start off this series. Today we're just going to do some regular floor 9 runs. We did the challenge video on floor 1, so no modifiers. So just some normal floor 9 runs, all the modifiers, and let's see if we can get another win on floor 9. I have started a new playlist. I mentioned this in the last video. So there'll be a separate playlist for challenge videos and a separate playlist for floor 9 runs. And then there'll also be the main playlist for Luck Be a Landlord, which just has all the videos in it. And the links for them should be in the description below. So if you're interested in whichever runs you're interested in, you can just watch the ones you're interested in. So let's start this off. 25 kinds due in 5 spins. I'll take a early crab. Let's see if we can get some crab scaling going. A second crab. This is looking decent. I haven't yet had a crab build that went to that one like. Here I think I'll take a dog. It's got a few more synergies. And we made the first rent payment with 8 left over, no problem at all. I don't particularly want any of these. I'll take chemical 7, and lucky cat would not help our crab build, so I'll take small symbol bomb. And here I will take, I guess, a banana and a 3-sided dice is okay. Okay, I'll take a B for the flower. I am aware that Lucky Cat was probably the better item to take, but what did we end up taking there? Oh, small symbol bomb. I was like, why do I have no items? I'll take a third crab. This is looking great. Okay, I'll take a candy. We'll probably pick up a toddler at some stage. And we made the 50 rent payment with 42 over, which is excellent. So here I'll take a big earn and I'll take happy hour. This is just setting up for a dwarf and a maybe a cultist, not a cultist. I'm looking at this. Maybe a hooligan, or maybe the one that breaks, the item that breaks urns. I forget what it's called now. I could take a cultist, but we've had a few cultist runs. I want to kind of focus on the crabs here, so I'll take the key. I'll take a second dog. We're really hoping to get Quigley the Wolf with these picks. Here I will take a removal capsule. We didn't pick up a coconut, but I'll take a monkey. I think a Beastmaster would definitely be a help in this run. Okay, a coal I guess is always decent. And we made the 100 rent payment with 57 left over. So 150 now due in 6 spins. And here I'll take a item capsule or rain. I think rain is probably better. I have a monkey and I have a banana peel, so I will take a thief if I'm offered it. I'll take a hexatedium. Yes, we want more crabs. Okay, here I'll take a hustling capsule and let's remove the Kine, I think, is our worst symbol. Okay, we should definitely make the next rent payment. I already have 1 key, so I don't particularly want another one. I'll take a second coal I don't want a second key. Okay, here again, I don't want any of these choices. Okay, 150, we made that with 36 left over, so we're not quite scaling as fast as the rent. I will take, it doesn't matter, these are both exactly the same. Fruit basket could be worth it. It'll improve the coconuts that are eaten by the monkey. It'll improve the cherry, just kind of fruit that we get. I'll take chemical 7. Okay, here I don't want a second monkey. I don't particularly want hearts either. Let's skip this. Okay, our crabs are doing decent, generally 2 in 1 line. Here's another option for a cultist. I'll take a toddler. We do have at least 1 candy. Just the 1, isn't it? Yes. Do I want a flower? I guess I'll take a flower. I do have 2 things that work with flower. Although without a sun, neither of them are great. Let's skip these options. Okay, we're making about 33. I'll take a orange. It's worth 3 with the fruit basket, which is decent. Did we make this? Okay, so we made this rent payment just about. Only 8 left over. So 300 now due in 7 spins. I'll take a second hex of tedium. And I'll take a pink pepper. Let's remove our pearl. Okay, 32, 6 spins for about 250. We need about 40 per spin, I think. 50 per spin? Somewhere between 40 and 50 per spin. We are not getting that. A beer is worth 2. So let's take the beer and remove the cat. A peach is worth 3. So we could take the peach. I'm getting a feeling that this run may be on its last legs though. I'll take a bee, kind of help with the flower. I'll take a candy for the toddler. Here, let's skip this one, and we only need 103 in 1 spin, so didn't get it. What to say about this one? We tried to push a crab build, just didn't work, unfortunately. Let's give it another go. I like crabs. I like the idea. I've tried to make them work a few times. I'll take a call there. I just haven't managed. I think maybe you need an early Beastmaster. I think the problem is there's so many common items that you'd never get that many crabs. And unless you have a Beastmaster or something helping, on the other hand, we will take them. If they come early, we'll take them, but they're a hard one to force, I have to admit. I'll take a fish tank, I think is better. So I took the wine there for a dwarf, always a good choice. We also in the last run took quite a lot of dogs, didn't see Quickly the Wolf. I'll take a beer. We already have the wine, so definitely be looking for a dwarf. I'll take a cheese, happy enough with that. Here, will I take a monkey? I mean, probably, so I'll take the banana for the monkey. Made the 50 rent payment just about. I'll take the big urn. And I will take blue pepper, will be handy early on. That should give us a nice boost. I'll have a monkey with the banana. I'll take a key. I don't mind having 1 key. Here I'll take a lockbox. Just get rid of the key, get a nice bonus from it early on. I have a cheese, so I'll take a mouse. I'll take a second cheese for the mouse. And we made the 100 rent payment, 36 left over, 150 due in 6 spins. Should not be a problem. Do I go rain or coconut half here? Coconut half is worth 10 to me, plus 2 for every turn it doesn't get eaten. I'll go with a rain, and I'll go... Red pepper is never going to... Black pepper generally I think is probably better. The grey pepper will be worth maybe 15 throughout the entire run. Black pepper should give us more than that. Okay, I don't have a key anymore. I don't particularly want any of these. Let's take another urn. Okay, here's a hooligan for the urns. That should give us a nice bonus early on. I'll take one more key. Okay, here we could go, I think big urn is the way to go. Do we have any candy on this run? We don't. So I probably won't take a toddler unless I get the item which improves them. So I made the 150 rent payment with 73 left over. I'll take a lucky capsule and I'll take small symbol bomb instead of the toddler item. Skip this and skip. Okay, that was pretty useless. Possibly made the wrong choice there. I could take a beehive, kind of pivot into a kind of a flower build. My diamond has just hit. I don't want a second dwarf. Okay, 33 per spin is not too bad. Let's skip these. How's my inventory doing? 24 symbols. Okay, perfect. I don't want a bounty hunter. I don't particularly want Matryoshka doll. There's another cultist. It's a bit late to be going cultists, I think. On the other hand, I don't want a chicken. I could take a lockbox. Just get the value from the key early on. Geologist is excellent. It's a very early geologist, so we should be able to do something with him. 225, we made this rent payment, 68 left over. So we need about... I'll take a big urn there, and a lockpick is excellent. And we got rid of the key. We're looking at about 35 per spin. A bigger for the geologist, which we should make easily. We should make the next rent payment easily. Hopefully. Okay, 50. Yeah, that definitely helps. A coconut 5-sided die I think is better. Let's remove the pearl, can be eaten by the geologist. Let's remove the kine and the cherry. Okay, excellent. The geologist is feeding up. Oyster is great with the geologist. Actually, I probably should have removed the beehive. Now I come to think about it. Let's skip those, because this will just fill our deck with stuff that we may not want. I'll take a beer for the dwarf. And we made the 300 red payment, only 24 left over, so not as great as I hoped. I'll take the safe and I will take rain cloud. Yeah, that'll make our rain worth 3. And shouldn't, like, it is common, so we shouldn't see it that often. Okay, excellent rent payment there. We need about 250 and 6 spins, so we're looking about 40 per spin, 40, 50 per spin. Okay, we should make it. I'll take another urn. We might be just slightly under. Let's take the removal. 37, we're not great. Let's take this big ore for the geologist, and let's remove, what did this add? This probably added a bee. Do I have a honey? No. Okay, let's take out, the cats aren't great, they're only worth 1, so let's take out a cat. Oh, I should have taken out the dog actually. They're also only worth 1, but at least the cats have a chance of, we could get lucky cat or cat synergy. There's a few decent ones. Okay, we need 50 per spin for the next 2 spins. So for this one, don't want card shark. It's excellent, but I don't want it. We need 31 on this spin, which we should get with no problem. Well, we got it, but it wasn't problem free. Only 6 over, so 450 now due in 8 spins. I'll take the sapphire for the geologist, and I will take reroll. Okay, how's this? 450 due in 7 spins, so we need about 400. So we need about 60 per spin. Let's take an oyster for the geologist. Okay, we're not getting. Let's take another oyster. We could take a coconut for the monkey, and let's remove, where's that dog? Let's remove the dog. Okay, that should help this spin. 48, we still didn't get 60. We'll take a safe. We may have, okay, we got 60 that turn, but it may be slightly too late. We don't have any giant multipliers on this run is the problem, like no arrows or anything that can improve the geologist. Let's reroll its removal. Let's take another removal, although I think this is where the run fails. Alright, so we were quite far under, 120 under in that one. Just didn't get the scaling, didn't have any multipliers on our geologist, and it just couldn't carry us, unfortunately. Let's try again. No worries, floor 9 is quite difficult. It's definitely, possibly more difficult than it was before the update, I think. But yeah, it's definitely a large step up in difficulty. I'll take a 3-sided die. I'll take an early cultist. It's always worth taking. You only need 2 or 3 of them in order to make it worth it. I'll take a ore, I guess. Let's pay up to 25. A big ore is, or we could try for hearts. Lucky cat is decent. That won't help our cultist, but it will help our hearts synergy. Okay, here a coal is okay. 2 spins in order to get 20. I'll just take a wealthy capsule just to ensure that we make this rent payment. We should have anyway, but you never know. I'll take another big ore. And we made that rent payment with 10 left over. I'll take another diamonds and a small symbol bomb. Let's take a chemical 7 and a second beer. Okay, let's take a 3rd beer. And a 4th beer. Do we want a mine? I don't think so, without something to do with the problem with ores is, I think a lucky capsule. Hopefully we might get a geologist. A sun, okay. That definitely steers us towards a flower build, but unfortunately we didn't make rent, so that build went nowhere. Let's give it one more go. the problem with ore is that the stuff you get from ore is mostly bad. Particularly in the early game. I guess lucky, like when you think about what you get, the void creature, the void stone is okay, obviously. Pearl is bad. Lucky stone isn't great. Sapphire is quite bad. Even the emeralds and the rubies, they're worth 3, so they're okay, but they don't scale late game unless you already have Dame and you can't get rid of them. So, or I think it just needs to be buffed. Having the miner pay gold for breaking ore definitely improved them, but they're still not great. Let's take a safe and let's take a fish tank. Okay, I could take a dwarf. And I could go rabbit fluff. Yeah, let's go rabbit fluff. Won't help the cultists very much, but sure. What can you do? Let's take a cheese for the mouse. And a lucky capsule. Hey, we should definitely make this rent. Yes. Okay, so emerald, I mean, it's just not great. Let's take a lunchbox. Cheese is worth more than beer. I'll take a peach just because it's worth 2 and a second cheese. Okay, excellent. Okay, we'll definitely make the next rent payment based on that. Do I have a candy? I don't. I have a monkey, so I could take a banana and hope to get a teeth. Let's take another cat, I guess. There's some decent synergies with cats. I don't want a lockbox. I'll take a goldfish just for the bowl. Bronze arrow is decent. It's not great now, but it'll be better later on. I'll take another cat. So we made the 136 left over. We're definitely looking for some kind of scaling. Ricky the banana could be it. Quigley the wolf. No. I've tried Quigley the wolf a few times. I've never won a run with Quigley the wolf. It is quite strong, I think. But it's just never worked out. I think unless you already had Beastmaster, maybe. Let's take a buffing capsule. Do we want a toddler? No, I'll take a 5-sided die. Let me know in the comments actually. Let me know what you think of Quigley the Wolf. Is it a good item? Is it is it an item that seems good but isn't actually? Is it obviously it's very situational. If you already have Beastmaster and a few wolves, it can be great. If you pick up a moon, it can be great, but it just never seems to work out for me. What do we want here? Do we want a second mouse? We don't. Let's skip this. Let's take a Whitestone, Chemical 7. Do we have any urns? We don't. Do we want a hooligan? I'll take a coal. Let's skip this one and skip this one. Take a removal capsule. That was alright. We should get some value out of that. Let's take another wine. Okay, pity the arrow couldn't hit one of them, but that's the way it is. Chemical 7 is just strictly better than a Whitestone. It's one less, but you get it back. I could take another diamond. Future diamond. Okay, let's take a beer. And let's remove, as always, our coin first of all. Do we have a monkey? We do, so coconut is a decent pickup. And goldfish for the bowl. if we've got nothing better, is always a good idea. Let's pay 225, 64 left over, so 300 now due in 7 spins. Wine is better than coconut, especially now that we have happy hour. Wine is worth 20, coconut is only worth, coconut half is only worth 10. I'll take a cheese. I do have a mouse, don't I? Yes. Okay. So we've got quite a lot of consumables in this run, but we don't have much of a scaling option. So we should make our next rent payment, I believe. 300 due in 3 spins. It's not going to be super close. Let's see if we can. The chemical 7 should ensure that we make it. Especially the monkey cleaning up all the coconuts. The dwarf hit a beer that was buffed by a bronze arrow, so that was excellent. Do we want a big urn? It is worth 2, so it's decent. Oh, we have a candy, so we could pick up a toddler. Let's remove the pearl. We still have this cultist that's... Oh, now we've got a second cultist. Cool. They'll start paying out. Okay, we made 300 with 185 left over thanks to that big dwarf hit and the chemical 7. No problem. We could take a treasure chest that gives 2. Oswald the monkey is great. Treasure chest gives 2, and eventually we have to find some way of breaking these, right? What do I want to remove? I could remove the candy. We're probably not going to pick up a toddler at this stage. It's just a bit late. Again, would I take hexatedium? The problem is you take it to try and get more cultists. But there's so many commons that even then your odds aren't great. I'll take a beer for the dwarf. Oh, excellent. Beer got hit. So it was worth 4. So the dwarf gave us 40. I don't want another urn. Okay. All the consumables getting hit. Excellent. So we should make the next rent payment with no trouble. Don't want any of these. Okay. The buffing capsule wasn't in a great spot. Let's take a goldfish for the bowl. Okay, we made the 375 rent payment, 113 left over, so 450 now due in 8 spins. Silver arrow is great. Seeds only grow into rare or better, so I think that's apple, strawberry, or watermelon, I believe. I could take it. So we'd be looking for a chef, maybe would help with this run. Okay, let's take a reroll capsule. Okay, our lucky capsule is broken, so we want to use our rerolls to find something that will kind of define our run. Mine isn't it. I could take a cultist. Is probably better than an omelette. So they're now worth 3 each, which makes them pretty decent. Let's skip this. Let's remove a banana peel. Isn't great. Well, banana peel gives 2, so it's okay. A cherry isn't great. Let's remove that. Great arrow picks there. How are we doing? We've 3 spins to pick up about 200. Another cultist could help with that. We'll need some very good arrow rolls. This is a decent one. 60 though. We need to get 75 on this spin, which is unlikely, especially with the arrows not pointing at anything great. So we didn't make it. So Yeah, floor 9. Floor nine's hard. Unless... I think the state of floor 9 at the moment is, unless you see a synergy early on, and a strong one, floor 9's just hard. Very, very hard. But a few decent runs there. I was happy enough with them. We didn't win any, unfortunately, but they're still alright. Tomorrow we should have another challenge video, so if you have a challenge you want to see, leave it in the comments and I will add it to the list and we'll get around to it eventually. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give us a like and subscribe to see more videos every day. I release one video every day, and we shall see you in the next one, guys. Until then, cheers for now.